Mr. Chris Fields.
Thursday.
Pray for us this evening.
Let's pray together. Father, I thank you for today, Father, a big day in the life of our nation, a day that we have the privilege to go and vote, Father, and I pray that all of us performed our duty to do that, Father, and I thank you that you have granted this nation and blessed this nation with so many special opportunities and privileges that many around the world do not have. Lord, I pray for this council meeting tonight. I pray for, Lord, those that are leading it, that you would give them wisdom, discernment, and guidance, Lord, as they decide the business of our great city, Lord. Lord, I thank you for all those that are here tonight. Lord, help us to lean on you. Lord, once again, I pray for our nation. Thank you for all you've done for us, Lord Jesus. In your name I pray. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Relatively small agenda tonight. Now call to order the regular meeting of the hospital, recreational, solid waste, and industrial authorities. And consider a motion for approval of the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Sami. Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
Trustee Cleveland.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes. No action items, trustee reports. City manager's report.
No, sir.
Audience participation regarding these particular authorities. Consider a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting. So
Second.
Trustee Cleveland.
yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
Trustee Sami. And Chairman.
Yes, on to the airport for the agenda, and consider a motion for approval of the consent agenda. So second.
Trustee Cleveland.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Sami.
Yes.
Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes, we have an action item, request authorization to bid on an HVAC system and roof replacement for the terminal building at our airport.
If I understand correctly, we had issues with the heating air conditioning system at the airport. There was $75,000 put in the budget, and the recommendation was to wait until this time of year to repair said items. We're asking for right.
Motion to give the authority to bid for these items. Are any questions?
Was the budget amount also 75?
Yes.
What is the reason the land and the city will do that?
That I don't know.
The HVAC unit we were having problems with, and we were also having leaks, and so, from the roof. And so they talked about, in order to repair the roof, we were gonna have to remove the air conditioning units with a crane. And the recommendation came from the heat and air people as well as the roof people. You need to do both, and if you do them both at the same time, then we don't have to, we're only gonna have to remove the old unit and then put the new unit on.
Good answer. Motion.
I'd make the motion that we give the staff authorization to bid the roof repair and also the heat and air unit.
Second, anybody?
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Cleveland.
Yes.
Trustee Sami.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes. Trustee reports? About the airport, Mr. City Manager?
No, sir.
Audience participation about the airport? Consider a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting. Second.
Trustee Sami.
Yes.
Trustee Cleveland.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes. Public Works Authority agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Yes.
Second.
Trustee Sami.
Yes.
Trustee Cleveland.
Yes.
Trustee Randolph.
Yes.
Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes, we have an action item here, consider one, possible action regarding water rate increases and provide additional water supplies, treatment capability, including increase to the existing water surcharge.
The resolution that you see in your packet is reflective of information that has been provided to the council at other meetings. It includes both phase one and phase two. I believe phase one is to take place January 1st, 2015, and phase two is to take place January 1st of 2016. If we have any questions as to the determination and calculation of these numbers, I would remind the council that Ben Oglesby with Municipal Finance Services is in the office. Ben, do you have anything, the audience, do you have anything to say?
No, unless there's any questions.
Questions, anybody?
Well, I think our special meeting was pretty self-explanatory. The only comment that I would make was that I think we're going to have to make these rate adjustments in order to proceed with our project on the new water system. But I would like to see our city attorney work on a resolution to call a sales tax vote for a half-cent, which will help defray the increase on phase two. If we call a sales tax vote, we could later go back and amend the rate increases for phase two. I feel like that what we should do is go to half-cent sales tax and let it stay in effect until such a time as the fire station tax comes off, and then it drop off, and we pick up the 1 cent sales tax that we currently have for the fire station.
Ben, do you concur with the effect on phase two of the sales tax as Don commented?
I agree that it's a very good idea to explore the possibility, and we watched some time with this phasing between phase one and phase two. So in 2015, the city will have the opportunity to think about a sales tax that would take a considerable amount of the divide out of phase two, if you so choose.
Is the fire station a full cent?
It's full cent, but only part of that goes to the fire station. I think 55% of that goes.
I have it, hold on. Yeah, just under half of the cent.
0.45,
0.49.
0.49, okay.
But I'd still like to keep the full penny in effect whenever the other one goes off.
The other one ends August 2019.
In other words, we keep the half-cent until August of 2019, and then August of 2019, that half-cent would drop off, and the penny would kick in.
Where's the other half penny from the fire station?
It goes to multiple places. That's divided up. That fourth penny, 0.05 of that is permanent for Acme operation. The rest of it, 0.49 was the PD Fire Department construction projects. 0.38 was Acme debt service, which goes to pay the bond issue that we're currently paying on for the 2012 bond issue. And 0.08 of that was economic development fund.
And that full penny expires in August of 19?
0.95 of that penny expires in August of 2019.
Yes,
But I would like to-
And it's permanent.
So if we did that, if we had that resolution, the resolution would say, could give us a half cent up to August of 19, and then August of 19, we could have a full cent to pay the possible.
No, it'd still just be 0.49.
Okay, that's going to be the resolution.
That would be, need to be a separate agenda item on another agenda in order for the council to take action. In that legal looking section. For those that weren't here in previous meetings, the rationale for implementing phase one before the new water plant is structural or getting water from it is we were able to project that we would be able to accumulate enough money to offset what was called capitalized interest, and we wouldn't have to borrow. Capitalized interest is like rolling your closing fees when you purchase a house into the loan. And I believe that was about $2.8 million that we didn't have to borrow then, is that?
I think it was 2.4 million, but basically by instituting the rate increases now to phase one, you're gonna save about $2.4 million. Upfront in the amount you have to borrow.
Over the life of the bond,
Oh, it's, I mean, take 2.4 and then add probably 50% of that, so.
okay, 3.6.
Yeah. So it'll save the city a considerable amount of money by instituting phase one now, and then we bring phase two on as we need it. But if you decide that you want to do a sales tax before phase two kicks in, we can adjust phase two
At the time the fate, okay.
before it kicks in. We need phase one, and phase two approved tonight so that we can proceed with the financing. That
So-
doesn't mean you're not tying your hands for the future though.
So this resolution has effect on how the bond will be viewed by those that might purchase it.
Exactly. We'll be able to show the capital markets, the people who purchase these bonds that you've already put in place, the revenues that you're gonna need to repay the debt.
So will that help us to get a cheaper interest?
Yes, it will.
In theory, whether that we'll actually know that.
Yes, sir, it will. We'll feel much stronger about selling the debt if we have phase one, phase two approved tonight. And then again, we can always reapproach phase two if you decide to do a sales tax, to take some of the burden off of that.
So we could say it was more than 3.6. If it is lower.
Well, that was the value of the capitalized interest over the life of the loan. If it's less, it's probably got to do a change at 3.6.
I feel very comfortable saying 2.4, and I'd probably say 3.6 is kind of like a back of the envelope. Yes.
Well, over the life of the loan.
Over the life of the loan, yes, sir.
Do we have a motion? Any other comments?
Well, I'd make the motion that we adopt resolution PW 1401 on the rate structure.
Second? Anyone? I'll second.
Trustee Rudolph.
Yes.
Trustee Simi. Trustee Lowry.
Yes.
Trustee Douglas.
Yes.
And Chairman.
Yes. Trustee reports?
But I would like to see that on a future agenda on the sales tax.
Well, and to Ben's point, and I think you're making a fantastic point, to Ben's point, you all passing this tonight has allowed us plenty of time. We can have, on next year's election cycle, we don't have to call a special election. These the race 2015 have bought us the time, and additionally the 2016 by including phase two on here, you all covered the basis. Now, the relief that we get is after the election when we implement the sales tax. Once we pass that and know what those numbers are going to be, they're going to be able to be recalculated as 2016 numbers, and then they're going to finish significantly.
And I understand, but we might as well go ahead and do it.
Sure.
That's my opinion.
Any other comments up here? Yes, sir.
Do you want me to come up front there?
Yeah. Yes.
My name's Dave Federoff. I own the Elk City Clinton KOA. And right now, my water is being supplied by the Clinton Water Plant. And mostly coming out of shallow wells and now out of Clinton Lake. There's only four things being served by that plant. 3 of them are owned by the city, and then me. And so I guess I'm wanting to protest the doubling of the rates because it's not gonna help me any to have the new plant or the RO unit because my water's not supplied from there. And I'm paying $600 to $1,000 a month for water now. And it's quite a hardship if my rates double. So I'm kind of asking maybe exemption from the doubling of the rates and stay where I'm at now. Because
If you're looking for action tonight, they can't take action on anything.
Okay,
They
well,
should bring it up tonight.
But I wouldn't bring it up, because like I said, I understand the need for a new treatment plant in the RO unit, but it's not gonna help me any. And, I don't know what's gonna happen with the Clinton plant. It's gonna stay in operation, and like I said, that's the only place I get my water.
The Clinton plant it will stay in operation. As long as we have a contract with Canoe, we will be bringing water from the Canoe well to Clinton Lake.
Yeah, they were over, looking at, the right of way and stuff today over at my park, so yeah, I was aware of that. So the plant will stay in service.
Yeah.
All right. That's all I want then. Thank you.
Nice. City manager's report?
Yeah, at this time, are we under the, city council on public works? Okay, I'll wait for the city council.
Any other audience participation? Consider a motion to adjourn this portion of the meeting.
Someone, second.
Trustee Huber?
Yes.
Trustee Sneak?
Yes.
Trustee Rutherford?
Yes.
Trustee Lowry?
Yes.
And Chair.
Yes, on the city council agenda. Consider a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Someone.
Second.
Councilman Huber?
Yes.
Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
Councilman Sneak?
Yes.
Councilman Rutherford?
Yes.
And Mayor.
Yes. Action item A, condemnation for property at 618 North 17.
Toby?
Nope, I got it.
Well, it's down there. Go down again.
I did.
No, down. There, that one. Thank you.
Start off this property, located at 618 North 17th, be a trailer house owned by Christopher Barnhill and Sally Heatley. There's comments on this. The water's been turned off since July 13, 2013. We made a couple of attempts this year on to get the property secured in April and August. I posted the property on October 20th with notice of hearing of this meeting, and also sent the owner a certified letter, which I have not received any, either the letter back or the signing of the certified letter. And I also published it in the Clinton paper on October 23rd. Showing that I did post the property. Here's a few pictures of the interior of the house, trailer house. As you can see, there is some new sheetrock and things like that. The house has been opened and closed and opened and closed since, like I said, April. I've had several issues with this house in the past on violations of just grass, weeds, trash debris. Different occupants have been in there. They've tried remodeling it since I've been with the city. So this one has been a nuisance for several years. As you can see, there's appliances, old furniture. You can tell where people have been in and out of the property, plus animals. The previous occupants have attempted to remodel. The current owner has made no attempt to contact my office since I sent the violation or the notice of hearing. Due to the neglect of the property, it poses a fire hazard to the surrounding properties. A lot of grass, stuff in the yards, trees, which once they die out, then or over the winter they go dormant, then be an increased fire hazard there. The trailer is unsecured, which allows vermin, children, and or criminals to occupy the house. Due to the current condition, the trailer is unfit for human occupancy at this time. And before I make my recommendation, does anybody have any questions in regards to this property?
I don't.
I visited the site today, and everything you've said is correct. The grounds around the trailer are very high in weeds and trees, and the outbuilding behind the trailer is also unsecured. The door to the trailer itself, or windows were broken as well. there appears to be several pieces of appliances inside the trailer itself, but it looks to be in need of some.
The utilities have been disconnected, the electricity, the gas, that has all been disconnected already. Before we move further on, is there any other questions?
After the 31st, what's the next step?
Once, like I said, my recommendation that we condemn this, it is also my recommendation per state statute that we allow 30 days for the current owner. If you do condemn it, we allow them 30 days per state statute to go in there to either remove it, secure it, whatever means necessary. And then on the 31st day, then the city will enter the property and do what needs to be fit to remove it. We'll more likely demo it. There's a fence around about 3.5 sides of it. My thinking was remove everything but the fence on the west side of the property that's on the boundary line and have it all open, so it would be able to be easier maintained.
Tell me the driveway that's on the north side of the property. Is that access to a different parcel, or is that part of that same?
It's part of the same, I believe that used to be a trailer park at one time, several years. It hadn't been in the last 8 years that I've been with the city. But to my understanding, that was part of a trailer park, because there's some risers out there, some electrical, or some telephone and things like that.
That holes in the middle. But that property, when we condemn the residents, that entire corner there then is.
Yes, then that whole thing will be cleaned up.
Okay.
Now that driveway will probably stay there. It'll stay in place.
Okay.
Because otherwise we'd have to pour the curb and gutter.
And it is in part of the condemnation?
Yes.
Okay.
How many lots are
4.
No kidding.
Yes. It's lots 1 through 4. One through 4, block 54, Clinton Maker Edition.
What animals got in there?
Who knows?
What?
I don't know.
Do you need a motion from us at this point?
That's my recommendation, then you guys can.
I make a motion that we proceed with the condemnation of the trailer house located at 618 117th Street.
I'll second that.
Councilman Huglen?
Yes.
Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff?
Yes.
Councilman Sneak?
Yes.
And Mayor?
Yes, action item C, oil and gas bids on city property in Washington County. B. Oh, oops. Renewal agreement with Eastside Academy.
You have in your packet a lease between the city of Clinton and the Eastside Academy. I'm assuming you believe this to be identical to the lease that we have had in past years. So this is here for your review and recommend to approve.
I'll make a motion to go to agreement.
We have a second?
Second.
Councilman Sneak?
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff?
Yes.
Councilman Huglen?
Yes.
Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
And Mayor?
Yes. Now, action item C, oil and gas bids on the city property in Washington County. So, yeah,
Lisa.
just got a corner.
One bid.
Barry, you want to raise your bid for you?
But thank you for asking. He is all hard, isn't he?
He's alive. 60 acres, $1,000 per acre. We have a check here for $6,000, and it's from Mountain Front Resources LLC. $1,000. Yeah.
Just like before, we'll go out and do title. We've already worked a lease that's agreeable with the city, so we anticipate smooth sailing.
Like, same lease form that we had last time, that
Yeah, we'll use the exact same lease that you approved the last time. And We'll just, as soon as we get our title, done, we'll communicate with the city just like we did before and exchange a lease for a check.
Can you read that?
I've worked with him on this, and that's a good deal.
I bring a motion to submit the staff.
I move we accept the lease proposal from Mountain Front Resources.
We have a second?
I'll second
Councilman Rodoff?
Yes.
Councilman Huglen?
Yes.
Councilman Samik? Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
And Mayor.
Yes. Action item D, request for street closings, parades, and permit waivers, 14 through 15. Mr. Scott.
In the form of memorandum, as the last page of your packet, was the last page of my packet, you have a list of closings. Basically, looks like the Festival of Lights, which will be held by the Chamber of Commerce, and then the Route 66 Festival, which is also held by the Chamber of Commerce. The second one on May the 23rd, the first one on December the 2nd, for your approval.
City of Mile, we've seen it a mile. First.
No, I'm sorry, yes, that's true, missed that.
We have a motion.
that. Make a motion, we approve these street closing requests.
Second.
Councilman Huglen?
Yes.
Councilman Rodoff?
Yes.
Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
Councilman Samik?
Yes.
And Mayor.
Yes. Council reports. City manager report.
At this time, I would ask that Chris come forward and give us a kind of a summary on haunted house that Ms. Smith was responsible for at the Armory this year.
Yeah, well, it cost us about $2,400 to put on. That's including lumber, smoke machines, what have you, to go along with haunted houses. And then we ran it for 3 nights. We had our ups and downs. The last night was a little crazy, a little hectic. But we did a little over $3,500 for 3 nights. We had roughly about 600 people go through it. And the first night we had 1 kid go through it 7 times. But yeah, it did go through. It was a sight to see. I mean, we had people of all ages go through it, and then we led probably, what do you say, Mary, about 15 groups. Didn't even make it halfway through and left crying. It was a good deal. So, any questions?
Any idea how many communities were represented in the 600 people that went through?
I just know of a few from, or one from Texas that came, a group of kids, and one from Kansas. Even though they were helping, they went through it afterward, you know, so they were part of it. And I'm sure surrounding towns, I know I got a call from Altus, a lady from Altus, so I'm assuming she came. I don't know for sure if she came or not. But some from Cordell, you know, mostly from Clinton, Weatherford. So we had, you know, surrounding towns really involved in coming to it.
So we've set the bar at a pretty high level at this point.
Yeah,
Fair to
and
say
I
that?
actually have gotten, some of the people who went through, the adults who went through, came and said that they want to participate and help next year, and actually be a part of helping us scare the people. And so, yeah, it was really an awesome weekend. Very tired right now, but it was fun. It was fun, and it was something fun for the kids to do, so. I had a gentleman come in today. He actually came to see the city manager, but you were in a meeting, and he wanted to let you know that his kids went through Lawrence Sawatsky, and that they really enjoyed it, and they went through it twice. And they liked the fact that we changed it up each night. We did kind of did something different in each room each night. And so his son was under the impression that he knew what was going to happen from Thursday, but when he went Friday, it was completely different, and that just kind of blew his mind.
That's about it.
I went through, paid my $7 and went through the whole thing. It was worthwhile. It was very well done. It compared very well with what I consider to be a city with a much better, not better, but bigger haunted house, and that would be Fright Fest in Oklahoma City. at Frontier City. It's a tribute. I won't say the what. It is a tribute. It was a good thing. You know, for one kid to pay to go through 7 times, somebody's having a good time. And a lot of the, how many volunteers did we have?
We had a grand total of 65. A group of people from Kansas, a group from Texas. Our employees, we had several people from different departments wanted to pitch in. The police department got involved that third night, and they said if they hadn't been at Cleve, they'd have been there all 3 nights, 2 of the guys, police officers. So, yeah, we had several. Again, like I said, they would go through it, and then they'd stop and say, can we help tomorrow? So,
I don't know that it says anything, but they had a portion called the Insane Asylum, and 3 of the 4 were city employees, were they?
yeah.
I think you were right there. It was a good thing. I really appreciate all the work that both of you put into it. Good deal.
Did we get any of that on DVD?
Yes, we
It
did.
was too dark in there.
We actually, were making a video of it. I hired someone to come in and go in and film groups going through and actually go through themselves, so I'll get that to you guys as soon as he gets it all developed.
Well, Chamber of Ed was, use that to promote us, I guess.
We'll see.
We'll see.
That's good. I don't think the chamber director had the nerve to go through. I do believe that was a rumor.
That's true.
That was good, right there.
Anyway, thank everybody that participated. Good job.
Any other,
No, sir.
audience participation? Consider a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Got it.
Councilman Smith?
Yes.
Councilman Lowry?
Yes.
Councilman Bell?
Yes.
Councilman